Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to Havencraft. I hope I am feeling so rusty and so out of practice with streaming. Am I gonna get my heart rate monitor going? Did you turn off? You turned off. Okay. Okay. Well, hello. Hello. I decided that you needed an update on Havencraft because it has been a while since I've streamed from the Havencraft server. Let me give you a little bit of context. Maybe let's do a quick fly around. So I don't think you even know the area where I am. If we go past this cherry mountain, this is right here. This is Polonius's Poppy Hill, right? Which I'm often over there. My house is on the other side of this cherry mountain. Let's go up. I need to refill. You can see it right there. I need to refill my rocket. So I'm basically just around the mountain working on, so we've got, we moved all of the villagers when, where's the rocket refill? There it is. We moved when Polonius was tired of having the villagers at his place. We ended up moving with Motley. Motley decided to build this medieval style. This is it's a very far away. So this is Motley's area. Motley decided to build a medieval style village for our villagers. So that it's like proper free range lifestyle for them instead of a villager trading hall that can be a little restrictive. So this is the medieval village. It's like a walled bailey. They're nice and safe in here. They get to wander around. We go looking for them. And then with the spears coming out, we decided we needed a jousting arena, of course. And so Polonius and I have been working on that. These are going to be, so this is the jousting area. These are the stables that, so Polonius has been breeding up a whole bunch of horses of a whole bunch of different kinds. And the idea is that each competitor can choose from all of the different horses, and once they've chosen, they'll create their banner pattern on the roof. So it's got the look of a whole bunch of different competitors coming in to a medieval city and like putting their horse into storage and camping out for the competition. So many horses. There's going to be so many horses here. I'm still working on this area. I wanted to make it look like a bit of a sluice where like the water runoff would come down here. I haven't decided if it's I haven't figured out how to make that work well yet. And then along here, these are all little stands for like, I don't know if you've seen it actually. There's a Polonius has built little like food refill stands and stuff. I'll show you. The closest ones are probably on Poppy Hill. But they're like just like the rocket refill. You can refill with pork or chicken or beef or whatever your preferred meat is. But they're very cute. I think the closest one is at the rec center. Whoop. There's a moose stew that we're going to put there. That one, moose stew, is Motley's food booth. And it's very cute. You just get moose stew from the mushroom. I'm sure there's one just over here. Oh, it's around the other side, isn't it? Might be around the other side. Did I just lose? So, Polonius's idea for this, for Poppy Hill, was to have this like city that you feel like you could get lost in walking around. I literally get lost in here now, and it's so aggravating. This is why I don't like cities. There you are. The super schnitzel. This is the food refill spot, and you can pick and get a stack of pork chops. I think it's just pork chops. Yeah. But it looks cute. Oh. Pork schnitzel, beef schnitzel, lamb schnitzel, vegan schnitzel. That's the vegan schnitzel, I think. That's so funny. Okay, anyway, yes. So, let's free cam for a sec. This city is so confusing to walk around now. I still really like it, but I actually avoid coming here very often because Polonius has nailed the vibe perfectly. You can go in my offhand. So a bunch of these horses over here. We've got these stables. These are like the ones he specifically... Oh. I remember Duke was his best horse. A couple of these are named because they're like his actual favorite horses that he bred for a specific thing. Duke was his best horse and ended up dying. Oh, I never saw the turtle. That's such a cute shield. And Duke was his best one and ended up dying, and I don't remember how Duke ended up dying. It might have been the first test of spears, and then these horses are probably going to end up moving because it's not good for them to live in the city, honestly. Anyway, that's a little bit about that jousting arena area. Let's go. We're in the middle of building a gasket ball still, you can see. I've been mostly working over here. You saw that tall, spiry thing in the distance as I went past. This has been my mega build, my big project. since like the beginning. Do I have... No, I don't want... Ow! Rude. I thought I had a bed here. Apparently not. Can I safely... I'm pissed. I'm on the wrong side of the fence. Okay, I can safely sleep. Got an arrow in my wrist. Oh! Hello. Mr. Creeper, you are not supposed to be in there. So we had a spider jockey spawn at some point, and we were trying to save him. He had armor. He had copper armor, fully armored. And by the time we got the spider to stop running around, I think my best bet is to fly away, if I'm honest. Okay, let's take my bed, because what I actually want to work on is that stuff that I didn't get to finish saying. So I'll sort this over there too. I want to get that creeper to despawn. Don't need those. Let's grab this. Is this my silk touch? Yeah. Okay. I want that creeper to go away. So we will leave. I think I remember telling you... Hello, Maple. Oh, no. Okay. Did you hear it? The creeper? Did you end up hearing the creeper sound? I didn't. I wonder if I need... That's so irritating. Okay. I should let Genrix know. You did hear it. Okay. I didn't. But you did. Where are... Okay. Okay. I'm going to change... I'm going to change something arbitrary and then reload the widget and see if that makes a difference. I'm skeptical, but we'll see. It was really delayed. Oh. Okay, that's good to know. Are you getting the Spotify music this time around? Because that was something else that people were saying before wasn't coming through. Honestly, I'm so tired of troubleshooting this. I was hoping by this time to have switched switched to Linux. I'm close. I'm very close. Yeah, this is the area where I'm going to be building the ivory tower from Neverending Story. And I've started on the one spire. I think I showed you, let's pull it up. I think I've showed you the inspiration for it. Open in a new tab. Yeah. So this is Spotify isn't hearable for you. Okay. I wonder if it's too quiet. I'm going to do a test. So can you hear it now? You do hear that. Okay. So I do have Spotify down fairly low, so maybe that's part of it. Okay, let's go back to my body. And I want to show you Arc. This is the Neverending Story inspiration. So I need these like tall spikies. And then just a thin tower right in the middle. And the outside of the spikies needs to be dark and the inside of the spikies needs to be light. And then there's like this little flower at the top. So that's what I'm going to be trying to do here. Hence the tall spiky. Like when I first saw this little bloop of a hill, I didn't flatten this. It was already like that. So I think just seeing it was like, oh, this would actually be the perfect spot to build the Neverending Story ivory tower. So this is going to be my major project. These are me practicing redstone. I've got just a moss farm that at the moment is just feeding itself bone meal. I don't think I'm even collecting moss from it. I think it's just feeding itself. But I got it working and I was very proud of myself for it. This is Polonius showing me how to do a vertical turn something on. Because I was trying to figure out how to get this switch up here. And this is one of his favorite ways of doing it. And then this is me making a mud farm. And I ended up putting this mud farm into Bunch of Squares server. So I'm actually, and I need mud for this build. So I don't know. I'm either gonna have to move these or cover them up when it comes to actually building the tower part, but we will see. These are the colors I'm thinking of using for the bottom part of the tower. And these are the supplies I've gathered so far. Which honestly isn't... I don't know if it's going to be enough. It won't be enough. That's what I'm doing over here. So, there is that. What do I want to work on right now? That's a really good question. Oh, I didn't put this down. I have been slowly clearing, maybe I'll do more of that. I've been slowly clearing the hillside and filling in, let me grab some blocks of dirt, filling in some of the gaps because these are, I've got stuff on me that actually should have stayed. I'll go fly it back. Should have stayed over at the jousting arena. I keep getting a bunch of wandering traders in here. You stay, you stay, you stay. I think that's it. I didn't even see if you have anything useful. Not super useful, nope. Can I sleep before anything spawns in? Ouch. Man, I'm feeling, goodness, so many W's in chat. I'm feeling so out of practice just with Minecraft in general. Okay. Clearing, that's what I was doing. Clearing the hill, filling in some spots. Some of this, so where there's this big ravine area, and I'm not sure yet what I want to do with it. I kind of like this part of it. I don't love this part though. So maybe it's just a matter of filling in this part. And then there's another gap there. And another one there. I do need to cut down more trees though. Okay. So if we do this, whoop. How far? That makes a bit of a hill or a bit of a cliff, but I think that's okay. There's a hole there. There we go. Yeah, we can do this. And then this part is almost straight down. Not you. Okay. I think I'm happy with that. How does that look? It's not bad. Let's fill in this funky little hollow. Get rid of the floating dirt. There's another floating dirt right there. Okay. Oop. Okay, let's go to here. Where? Straight under me. There you are. Okay. I think that's as natural as I can make it look without doing a lot. There's so many chickens down there. Without doing a whole lot of terraforming. So I think I'm going to be content with that. And then we've got that hole. And is that the only one on this side? No, there's one past the trees. Okay. Oh, you have not been lit up. Let's do that. It's like the perfect little hole for zombie spawns. But I don't want it. Okay. That's looking better. Now it's this bigger one. This bigger one is another ravine. So I like the idea. I kind of want to keep some ravines, especially because in Neverending Story, the Nothing, which manifests as the world crumbling apart, is taking over Fantasia. There. Oh, almost missed the tree. So I could keep this. I would want a whole bunch of, I think I'd want a whole bunch of lichen to light it up because that's softer if I'm going to hang on to it. So let's just get rid of these trees. And at the moment, ooh, there's lichen in here. If I can light this up in places that are not visible from outside, so not this one. But maybe like that. And maybe like that. Then we might be able to keep it. But how about not this one? Because this one, that spot looks like it wants me to fall into it. Okay. Ooh. And then it's coming a little too far this way. Basically, I want ravine, but not too much ravine. Okay. Getting darker out. Let's go. Oop. This is a hole to fill. Let's go sleep quick. I need rockets on my hotbar. Okay. Something I do need to figure out is how I want, like this. Why am I hearing a zombie? Where are you? Oh, in here. You have a shovel. I thought I lit that up. Am I missing it? Oh, yeah, it's to my left. Okay. Oh, I lit up part of it. Not all of it. I see. Yeah, you have a shovel. I have a shovel too. That's such a tiny space. There's like barely enough room for him to spawn. My goodness. Well, now I know. Okay. Yeah. I need to figure out what to do with this space back here because it's going to be, it's just a mob farm. I mean, I guess, yes. Not a very efficient one. I need to decide what to do with that back area. I don't know because the ivory tower is in the middle of a lake. I don't have a template for what to do with the area around the tower. So that's something I'm going to have to decide. And I'm not sure if I want to do like more landscape that's been ravaged by the nothing. Or if I want to make it a little bit more like the space has healed. Because at the end of the movie, Fantasia starts to heal after the main character, Sebastian, names the Childlike Empress. It was a whole, like, if you haven't seen the movie, it's a whole symbolic learning how to manage grief. The kid's mom had died. Not letting depression take over your life and destroy your creativity or your sense of self, all of that. Did I get all the logs? I think so. I miss having fast leaf decay. That's so very slow. Okay. And then let's get these guys. I hear a skeleton. There you are. Haha. He just checked the weather, decided it was too sunny out, and went back inside. That's very funny. Mr. Skeleton. Let's evict you. Do I have arrows on me? I do. No, no, no. You're gonna kill me. Goodness. How did I miss? There we go. Okay. Oh, and torches. Oh! No, 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 no. Hi. I didn't want to renovate. Right. Everybody's decided to come out and play. Apparently, Maple, you were right. I have a mob farm. No! Stop! I've been playing too much Bedrock. I keep trying to shield by hitting shift. Okay. That was not good for my health. Down to 2 hearts. Come on, I need a little bit more hunger. There we go. Okay, how far back does this mob farm go? Another creeper. Cool. Well, guys, you've renovated for me. Can we rebuild some of this? Not that it's gonna matter. It just drives me crazy to have holes. I guess this is fine. This part over here where it's kind of visible, I do want to fill this back in because I did not want a creeper here. In fact, I think I'm going to block it all in. If we go like this, and let's toss one down here, then we can actually close this in entirely, and it doesn't have to be a problem. How does that look? That looks just fine. Okay. Successful eviction, maybe? I still want this to look like... Yeah. I'll try like this here. And I want the dirt to look like it's kind of lumped. Okay. I think that's better. Back to sleeping. Okay, so far I've got I've got the beginning of the structure. I need to go up higher with those. I'm jumping from thing to thing. I think I don't know how to focus on a larger project like this. I've never done a larger project like this. And I feel like my brain doesn't quite know how to tackle it because clearing trees, sure, I can do that, but that's not something that holds my attention, I guess is what it is. It doesn't hold my attention very well. Like I enjoy chopping down trees. Why is this one leaf block not decaying? Hello? Did you miss the memo? There you go. I think that's what it is. I think it's that clearing, like the terraforming, landscaping. The more tedious parts of it don't hold my attention. I've never done big terraforming projects. Well, I have. I did that. I cleared out that harbor with Xarrior. Not something I had ever attempted before that. My little cabin here on Havencraft that's by the lake is like one of the larger, more consistent builds I've ever done. So I think it's just that I'm tackling something that I haven't really done before. I really miss fast leaf decay. Let's get these out of the way. I like these larger oak trees because they actually add some interesting shape as far as like tree shapes go. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut down all the trees and then force some larger ones to grow in spots where I put them. Okay. I am going to want to get rid of most of these flowers too, I think. Hello, Piggy. Because, so yeah, this is all of this until like, well, there's caves there too, until like this height where that cave is. Oh, there's another ravine. Ooh. But everything like you can clearly see what part is the mound, and I want the mound to be cleared. So let's get a bunch of those grass seeds out of the way. Of course, you're just going to go one way. There we go. That clears a whole bunch of it. Okay. One of the things I've been trying to decide is if I want, like, would it be worth my while? But that seems like a lot of work. Changing the soil type at the top of this to be something darker, whether we want to go with mud or just like podzol or something, to give some of that more barren look. Or I could do maybe blackstone or deep slate even, because the spikes around the ivory tower look volcanic to me. Oops. Okay. Whoop. So that's a little bit better. I've got a, oh, I don't want rain. Oh, this got dark really fast. Okay. Bunch of spiders spawning. Oh, it's a thunderstorm. Let's fix that. Okay. I have... Where? Oh. My ender chest. Okay. I have... Like, the way I have organized my stuff is so different between between worlds. It's my tough box. My trees over here, I think. Yes. Okay. Have I been... Oh, I've got pork chops. A whole bunch of stuff that I actually don't need to be collecting. String is not something I have somewhere. Birch is. Where is my fire? Okay. I think my goal... I don't have the patience to be clearing more trees, but I'm glad I got some done. I think what I want to get done today is building. So this one I started as my template. And I want to get, if I can get at least the nether brick parts done on the other two, I think that would be, I think there's 3, well, there's kind of a 4th mini spike on the ivory tower. No, don't eat that one. That's the raw one. And part of this, so we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 across. And I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on this one. So I need to go at least, I think it needs to go further actually. Like this, maybe. And then, because it goes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. before it starts to curve. And then the curve is going to look something like this. That's already looking better. Give myself a step. And then not quite as high. Because that's the edge. Yeah. Okay, I think I quite like that actually. And then this one, we need to go. So we've got one. Didn't mean to place you. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it is the right width. We just want to get oop. Some of this. Okay, so then if we bring this across to give the impression of that first layer. And then we can go up here and get the top part evened out. Yeah, I like that. Ooh, don't love this. Okay, how's that look? That's not bad. There's that spot there. That's not bad. Okay. So that part's done. Now we need mud. They've only got 3 stacks at the moment. Okay, so I was coming out by 1 and back by 1. So like this layer. Something like that. Let's sleep so we can see properly. Tornado doesn't work at all. Interesting. So one of the things I'm curious about is whether Botrix will work any better. Well, I think it's being inconsistent, Maple. I think the actual issue is that it's inconsistent. I'm glad stuff was working when we had Xarriors set up. But that wasn't OBS. That was I can't remember what the other one's called. It's the one that I had tried first until it wouldn't work with my computer. Either way, doesn't matter. I think, like, I don't know, but I'm really wondering how much of the difficulty I'm having with Botrix might be fixed once I switch off of Windows. Just because I suspect it has something not working at all. Oh my goodness. I suspect it has something to do with the way Botrix integrates into OBS, and then the way OBS always ends up changing whenever Windows updates. Okay, we're gonna have to go. We need three layers of the nether brick though, and I didn't complete those. I think I have to get my scaffolding out. I hate scaffolding. Where have I left my scaffolding? My project box. Yes. Okay. There are times when scaffolding is useful. It's just not my favorite. And I always end up losing some. So we're going back 1 and in 1. And then this is going up 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Oop. This should go down. One more. And then, so this is 1, 2, 3, and then maybe this. How's that looking? That's pretty good, actually. I need to fix the back. Okay. And then it goes back one more and in one more. I think this is in the wrong spot. And this one goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I'm hungry. That's why I'm trying to figure out why my avatar is trying to eat. Might be because I'm hungry. Definitely gonna need more nether bricks. And I need to go higher up with my scaffolding. All right. And this is the one that goes up 6, I think. Ooh, ooh. That suddenly got very lopsided. It's this bit. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So I think I need this middle part to come up even further. Yeah, that's a bit better. Okay. Oh, come on, let me sleep. Thank you. Okay, so from here, I need to do more on this. Ooh. I think I've got too much on that edge. I think, yeah, it was a little too high there. And then I need to add a little bit on that side. And probably back. Uh-huh. Like that. Okay, that's better. Now I can probably go in with the mud and finish things. Let's put some mud on the hotbar. Let's go like this. Uh-huh. And then that. I am missing all my jumps. Okay. So you And then you. Mud is, in my opinion, one of the prettier blocks. Oh yeah. Right. I'm so inept when it comes to scaffolding. I wanted this to be another brick. Nope. That would be why. Okay. How does this back look now? It's got a hole in it. There. Oh, there's another hole. Yeah, we'd better fix that. So that, and then here. Oop. Okay. Oh, I'm out of mud. Let's put you away. And we're out of mud, so we have to make mud. I should have put... I'm worried about this shovel breaking. I'll have to keep an eye on it. It feels like my game sounds are really high, but I can't tell. Maybe it's just the irritating ones like this. I think I've got... Okay, so this was about 2.5 stacks. Yeah. Okay. That was okay. I really, really, really do need to go heal up that shovel, though. Okay. So mud is looking better. Now I need... The tricky part is this curves back in. And it looks like we need to switch to deep slate soon. The outside footprint of this, I need more curve there. Probably something more like that. Let's sleep quick. Yeah, that's a much better curve. Okay. Which is going to be a lot of mud, but that is okay. Not you. Okay, does that... That looks pretty good. I really do need to bring that mud up further, though. Okay. I go like this. Is that the right? That's way better. Okay. So I need to come up. At least this far. And then... this bit. I'm physically craning my neck. That's very funny. This bit can go a tiny bit higher. Somewhere in here, I missed a block. I saw it happen, and now I can't find it. There it is. Okay. That is not a bad shape at all. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so this one's going to be a little bit shorter. I should bring more mud up the sides, I think. Where is... I need this scaffolding. So this bit over here, we can definitely come up. What's the problem? The scaffolding in the way? We can definitely come up like this. And that gives it a little bit more side. Yeah, that's way better. And then actually, I kind of want to do some of this as well. Oh, that 2.5 stacks went really quickly. Okay, that looks better. How's this side looking? Not quite as hugged by the mud. It's just that edge, I think. Yeah. Okay. I've got a weird little plinth kind of looking bit going on here. Not sure what I think of that. But that looks more like a mud hug. And then if we go... Actually, that might have done it. It's just this part here, which might be more that I need to replace this with mud. And then add a little bit to each of those. Yeah, that's already a million times better. I think if we add a little bit to each of those 2 spots, that'll be more than enough. Like 2 blocks on that one, and maybe 3 on this one. 4. Yeah. Yeah, that's way better. Okay. There's a little bit over here that we can smooth out as well. I only have 1 mud block left. But that helped. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that. And then we went to deep slate from there. Hey, James. Good to see you. You have caught me fumbling in Minecraft in the most... No, I don't want mini deep slate. Oh, right. It has been too long since I have been playing, and I am struggling. But I think it's coming. I'm in the middle. You are probably too young to know the never-ending story, but I am building the ivory tower from the never-ending story. I'm gonna have to go. I might have to raid Polonius's deep slate storage. Okay. What did we do? Because this one's going to be shorter. Is that how? Yes, that is how scaffolding works. Because this is shorter, we're going, hey guys. Can I get you from here? Haha, stop moving. Stop moving. Oh, I missed. Come. There we go. Oh, you Angie. Hey, you're not going to be able to get me. I'm a little up. Ha. There we go. Did find when you're recording Bunch of Squares episode 1, you've been offline so long you struggle to actually achieve anything. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of like, I mean, it's been a few weeks for me. But that's like, yeah, it doesn't take long to lose skills. Is chat not coming up on stream? Hold on. What's going on? What's going on with chat? Because I didn't see that come up. Chat. Copy. Even had Spencer calling you out for mining sand and smelting instead of trading glass with your villagers. Yeah, for real. Just forgetting how to actually do any of the things. For some reason, my chat is not working. And that is sad because I had updated it to something that looked cool. Okay, let's go. Maybe this one will work. Switch to you. Widget. See if that works. It might not work. I'm also stuck in like a really awkward space where half of my OBS and like chatbot stuff isn't working. Which is like extremely irritating. The plan was to switch to Linux while I was on my holiday, and I didn't get stuff quite ready. And so now I'm in a halfway spot, and some things are working and some things really aren't. I think I'm happy with that angle now. It's just gonna be, getting this guy, and that is much, much more narrow. So I think it has to start from basically where I'm standing. And it isn't back at all. It's on the same plane. So I don't know if you've seen any Havencraft stuff before, James, but this is the world that my spouse and I play on with our IRL friends. And it's been going for about 2 years. It was showing up earlier, tiny to read, but there a while ago. Okay, so the chat was working and then decided to quit too. Very cool. I do want to move away from Windows, not to Linux. I've tried it before and didn't get on with it very well. Wanted to save and get myself a MacBook. I get that. You have to be, I think it takes a particular kind of person to enjoy working with Linux. I can't get behind Apple products. I mean, I've been a PC girl since like the earliest days of the Mac versus PC arguments of the 90s. And I used to do a little bit of coding in, I have to put scaffolding on the other side. I hate this. I don't like the project I picked for myself. I'm finding it really refreshing. It's like I have to dig back into what I used to know about coding and then forget it all and try again. But running commands in the terminal is actually really satisfying because it's like Linux decided not to hide. It's like Linux decided not to hide command line stuff when Windows did. That's kind of the best way I can describe it, is like Windows decided its users were too stupid to have access to command line, and so it hid all of that from its users. Whereas Linux decided that its users were smart enough to use command line, and so the terminal is an active part of managing your machine. Which actually, now that I say that, that sounds very insulting. So maybe don't listen to me. But Linux Mint has been really good. There's other distributions that I cannot wrap my head around. Linux Mint is very straightforward. And if you've got the Cinnamon environment, it's actually very, very similar to Windows. So you're not insulted. That's good. Is that the right? I need to move this over by like 2 blocks. And I'm gonna have to make so much more mud. You do have a Linux machine, Steam Deck, yeah. Steam Deck is, I haven't played with that at all, but I've heard some good things about it. By 2 blocks, I said. So here and here. No, it'll be that bit of mud down there that I've ignored. Okay. So now we've got, aha, there's some shape. Okay. And I'm basically going straight up with this. So I need to remember to feed myself in Minecraft. It is causing issues. What time is it? It's 11:15. This is a good time, actually. I'll be safe enough up here. I'll hang it up here. And I can show you guys, now that now that it's not quite so first thing in the morning, I've got pictures from my trip to go through with you. Bodrix, you're making me sad today. Dismiss that. Let's switch to desktop. You guys still have Spotify? Yes, you do. Okay, this is the never-ending story tower that I'm building, by the way. Okay. So the first picture that comes up is the grilled cheese sandwich. I taught Czar how to make grilled cheese sandwiches, proper ones, with... Oh, you know what? Let's go to... No, this is okay. This is fine. With tomato basil soup. And they have decided that they want... Let's switch this so I can tell what picture I'm bringing up. They want to try making grilled cheese sandwiches on their own sometime soon. So very first full day was a grocery shopping experience, and it was a far more cultural anomaly than I expected it to be. Because apparently, at least in the part of England where I was, you're not supposed to talk in a grocery store. Like, if you're with somebody, you like whisper. And I think it was one of those circumstances where everybody else thought I was being rude because I was talking, and I thought everybody else was being rude because as Canadians, we will notice each other's like physical space bubble. And if I have to reach in front of somebody to get something off the shelf in front of them, I'll be like, oh, sorry, excuse me. I'm just going to reach in front of you for a moment. Anytime I'm anywhere near their bubble. Whereas my experience of that grocery shopping scenario was that people would like kind of shoulder in and like not make eye contact while they had to reach in front of me. That was unexpected. You're all a bit antisocial. See, that's what Czar was saying, that it's like an entire country of people with social anxiety. And I'm like, I mean, maybe because you're so crowded. You don't have, like, we have so much space that there's physical bubbles that like we just have lots of room for ourselves. So groceries on the Friday. Saturday we went to Stonehenge, which was lovely. I was so excited. I love history. I don't love touristy things. I don't do tours, but I will absolutely soak in the history. And Canada has like no history. Well, not literally, but not where I am. I think I was telling Czar, the city that I'm in was founded in 1913. So not a lot of history. Stonehenge, I didn't realize it was giving us the blurry background thing, and I couldn't get it to not. So that's actually Stonehenge. You can't tell. And there's people that I'm sure they're happy they're blurred out. But yeah, there we are, Stonehenge. And there was, yes, grilled. So Czar was a huge fan of the grilled cheese. Huge fan. Like, they said that was one of the most delicious things they've ever had. And I'm like, that's a win. This is one of the burial mounds near Stonehenge. And there was a book I had read that was set at this location when I was in high school. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at the back, and then this one. And these barrows are from what we know, there's actually like, it's kind of like kind of like the pyramids in that like leaders or people of like consequence were buried. This traffic, James, it hadn't been that busy when we first got there. Well, we were there fairly early in the morning though, because Zara and I are both morning people. But it piled up. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. There's probably, I don't think there was a detour for roadwork, but not that I saw at any rate. But I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people come through just to come past Stonehenge. Another lovely picture of the stones. It was incredibly difficult to get this shot because there were tourists. So there's all along by these fences, there's these little posters or placards that are like, hey, can you recreate this shot? And so the whole, like, there's scads of people here, guys. I was so peopled out by the end of this. There were people everywhere trying to recreate the pictures on the placards. And so I actually had to shoot this from like my waist and try to get the right angle. There were people here and somebody like right beside me, and they're trying to recreate these other images. The stretch piles up because you can see the stones from the road. That makes so much sense. But yeah, I really wanted a picture of the actual ley line going through. There's a spider. Hey, no. Sorry, fighting a spider in Minecraft and you can't see. It is definitely nighttime. I'm gonna go sleep. No, not open the chest. Sleep. Sorry. And that's a zombie. You know what I'm gonna do? I don't have blocks on me. Go away, zombie. Oh, skeleton. Nope. Cool. Nope. I'm gonna go. This is not a good idea. Okay. So I'd been standing. No! Where? How dare you? Sir. Okay. I had been stood up there and I had a spider coming trying to knock me off. We'll get back to the pictures in a sec. I just need a safer place. I'm gonna dig into this wall. And then this will be where I show you pictures from. You know what? That'll be more safe. Okay. Back to desktop. Okay. People everywhere. So this is just over the fence behind me. This is just like a walking path that goes near the stones. It isn't even part of the display, but this is absolutely one of those old Roman signs that, like, it's difficult to read, but it's like certain distance from London, certain distance from Amesbury, I think is what that says. And again, this is one of those things that like I read about all the time, and it was so cool just to be able to see it. So the village where I was staying is one of those places that has, this is a bunker from like Cold War era. And it has a place that during Cold War, the Queen was supposed to escape to, just in case. And this is the entrance of it. So there's this, like you go walking through the park and there's just these cement slabs. And every once in a while there's a grate and you can see these tunnels underneath. Makes sense for Amesbury to be on there. It's not too far from the Henge. That makes sense. And then like the actual entrance. And this was another super cool thing. We have, so the city where I am was also one of those Cold War target kind of spaces, because we have a real clear missile pathway over the northern hemisphere, North Pole kind of area, straight to Russia, just in case. Back then, the USSR was extremely dangerous. And so I was talking to Czar about like Cold War era stuff when they were showing me this, and how like that's one of those things, like I'm in a really remote, secluded space. This is a fairly small village. Or log out of Minecraft. Maple, that would be too practical. And I want to go back to playing after. And this is more exciting. But the question came up about whether most places think they were a bit of a Cold War target. And I'm not sure about that. So I was wondering if you guys had that experience. This is Paddington Station. Trains are not a thing for us here. Or at least not people trains, not in Western Canada. And so I was just enamored with this. I took a picture because it looks exactly like what I've seen in movies, and it was a little surreal for me. And I really wanted to show my mom. We went up the London Eye. So the London trip was like 2 days later. It was on the Monday, I think. And we went up the London Eye, which is a it kind of looks like a Ferris wheel. It's actually a tour where it goes really, really slowly. You're in these glass pods. It goes really, really slowly. And you can see different things from different angles, and they were pointing stuff out. UK Rail Network. As much as I like traveling, I won't go by rail. Yeah, we ended up, it is expensive, that's for sure. We ended up, there was a 2 together pass that we took advantage of. It's like designed for friends that are trying to travel. And it was still like, we did off-peak hours and everything, and it was still like, okay, let's not do too many trips to the city. But because we were doing the one London day trip, and then we also did a Brighton weekend, we're like, okay, this will be worth it because it was a little bit less expensive. I want to switch. So these have been my pictures. And before, okay, where am I in that? I think that's that one. Okay, let's switch to Zara's pictures. So this is up in the eye. You can see, like, it actually goes fairly high. That's the Thames behind us. And this is like the skyline we get. It was very cool. I actually had no context for how large of a city London is. So this was very, very cool. This is, yeah, we'll switch back to my pictures. Buckingham, that you can see like well in the distance. I had to zoom in quite a bit to get that picture. And I definitely, like, one of the things, I've got a whole bunch of pictures I'm not going to end up showing you, but a whole bunch of pictures that I'm like, oh my gosh, this is Minecraft Build-A-Reference. This is the Tower of London. So we did, that's another thing that, just because I love history and because I'd done so much reading about the tower as a kid, and when I was a history teacher. There's the bridge. So we did a tour in the tower, and yeah, there's a couple tower pictures. So again, more Minecraft reference pictures, but there are some really, really... Oh, and because I used to be part of the Society for Creative Anachronism, the tower and the section that they had built here, this was very much like the persona that I had created for the SCA was from 9th century, this part of the world. And so I was just like eating it up. I wasn't following the tour stuff. I was like taking pictures of how the fireplace was built into the wall and how the timbers were joined and stuff like that, which like Xarrior was fine because they know that I'm like that. But the other tourists thought it was very strange. The medieval graffiti, they actually carved into the sign, into the limestone. It was very cool. I was so disappointed in their chainmail. They used riveted mail instead of the chainmail that I expected them to use. But their crossbow, my friend Rachel actually had one like this that she used to use in the SCA. So it was really exciting to see their version of recreating it versus how we would have done it in the SCA. We were exhausted coming back. It was, by the time we were coming back on the train, we'd expected to be coming back before rush hour. Did not happen. So the earliest train we could get back was 7:30, and it was at least an hour back. We did a trip to Bath, and this was just a really pretty kind of waterfall feature. This is the Abbey. This is the baths. We didn't go in. Like I said, number one, it was expensive, and number two, I don't like touristy things. But the Abbey was lovely. And just walking on streets that are this old was very cool for me. I don't know if I would ever actually get used to it, just living in so much history. So I love graveyards. That's something that I think they're incredibly cool. So if I ever get a chance, I try to walk through the graveyard. And so this is at the parish that is in the village where Xarrior lives. And I was struck by a couple of things. Number one, the grave sites don't all face east the way they do here. Number two, they are so crowded together and like at different angles. And I think the oldest stone I could read was like 1760s, which was pretty cool. Oh, okay, peacock. I think I don't know if you're gonna get, can we get system audio, desktop audio? Yeah, let's try that. Struggle with bath every time you've been to go to the hospital. Oh no. Oh, James, that actually sounds like a really distressing experience. Don't hide in Mixer. I would like to actually see. Okay, let's see if we can get, so this is a peacock. The village that we were in, the manor house, they own peacocks, and the peacocks just wander around town like they own the place. So this is one of the fellows that was very, very happy to show off for us. Let's see if we can actually get this. Oh no, it's muted. That won't help. It was so cute. And he showed off for us. There were 2 peahens on the street, like just down this way. They were completely ignoring the poor fellow. So he showed off to the tourists instead. And then the last weekend we actually went to Brighton, and this is it's hard to see, but those are all windmills out there, which was wild to me. It makes sense because you're gonna have lots of wind on the ocean. But we just put these in our fields. This is what the beach is like. It's actual stones. And it was so fun. On the Sunday we sat, actually got a tan in England of all places. But like all the river rocks, I don't know if you can see that very well. Let me switch this. Oop. No, we don't want you in there. Yes, go away. Okay, so all the river rocks are like this volcanic, I don't know my rock terminology, igneous? Something like that. It was so interesting. There were buildings made out of this black one. It looked like obsidian, just kind of like cobbled together. And then with the rocks were these snail shells that are like the same size. It was so cool. And then I found, it's going to be really difficult to see, but that's a sand dollar fossil. So I brought those home. It was super, super, super fun. What else do I have in here? Yes. There was like a boardwalk the whole way. Expensive ice cream and like boardwalk food. We found Mumbo's house. I don't know what this upside down house actually is. It's some kind of like, I think it was a fundraiser, charity, something for like supporting youth or something like that. But I mean, you see an upside down house and the first thing you think is Mumbo. At least I did. There's the old pier. At some point had a big fire and now it's like just a talking point. One of those upside down houses in Bristol. Oh, is there? I didn't go in, but I'm really curious what it is. So there is a pier, like, I don't know if I've got a picture of it. I don't think I do. Oh, a little bit. So I did this panoramic and it's a little bit squished. But this is, yeah, oh, that's really wobbly. Okay. I did not do a good job of this panoramic. But this is Brighton. And I was on the walkway of the pier and there were like sailboats and things out there. This was a search and rescue boat that I think they were doing like training stuff. And then here's like the amusement park side. They were all exorbitant. We didn't do any rides, of course. But it was gorgeous out. Like I think it was 17 or 18 degrees that day. Zara actually got a sunburn. I came back with a bit of a tan, like I said. This was on the pier. You can see I've got a little bit of sun already. That was Sunday morning. Yeah. So those are my UK trip. And yes, I met up with James. And if you haven't seen the YouTube short yet, it is very funny. I absolutely regret that I didn't have my lav mics with me because it ended up making for a very poor, it's almost morning, very poor audio quality. But yes, I think we did, you know, James, for having not planned any of that whatsoever, I think we did a decent job of making the bit work. Do I have any danger out here? That looks all right. There's a pig. Pig is not danger. Okay. Yeah, I think we did a decent job of that short. Those are my pictures. I have learned there are some things I really dislike about air travel. So if this is something I'm doing again in the future, I am making different choices. The second you said a certain person's name, I knew it would be a spaceship thing. Yeah, so she had, the spaceship thing was actually the afterthought. The first part of it, I still have no idea what beef she has with you, but the first part was actually the initial request. And I was so nervous about it. I'm like, I'm not, okay, so it's mostly, I think, Maple and Happy. I don't know if you've seen the short. There's a point in the video, hello horsey. There's a point in the video where I actually flick James in the head. And the person who sent me on this mission to communicate with James for her. This is not the reason I went to the UK, by the way. It was just coincidence. But that was the first request, is that if I'm going to meet up with James in person, I have to flick him in the face. And I'm like, I don't know if I can do that. This is a person I've literally just met in person for the first time and haven't even talked to very often online. And she's like, well, that's fair, but you should still do it. And I'm like, okay, if I feel brave, I will flick James in the forehead. And I did. So I'm glad that went the way it did. But then the spaceship part, and I'm really glad Xar actually had that spare light gray ball of yarn. So I'm really glad they had it extra, and I'm kind of loving the idea. Sir? No. I should have my shield on me. Oh, I'm picking up so many things. There we go. Zara had the extra... Oh, that's why. I need to fix that. Zara had the extra light gray wool. I'd lost my thought. I'm glad you're laughing right now. The light gray wool is actually sat on your desk under your second monitor. I am curious, James, if you're going to... I think it would be hilarious if you actually filmed a response to that of some kind. I have no clue what would work for you, but I think it'd be hilarious. And I was saying to Xarrior yesterday, actually, that it would be really fun at some point with somebody to do like an ongoing video banter about something or another. And then they told me that I'd probably need to be on TikTok, and I really don't want to do TikTok, so maybe it's not something I can do. But just the idea of these little shorts back and forth and like messages back and forth, it's content-wise, it's a very fun concept. So maybe I'll turn it into, I don't know how much travel I'll get to do. Can I? There we go. But I wanted. But maybe this whole like taking messages from Square's members can be a thing that I do. It would be fun. You haven't seen it, Maple. It is very funny. I met up with James and Sho for lunch one day, and it went very well. How about no spawning in there either? Okay. That's about as much. I don't like the rain. That's about as much tree chopping as I want to do right now. Still have no idea how to respond to the short. There's no way I'm learning to crochet. Tried in the past. Didn't get on with it at all. I didn't either. I have tried in the past. I've tried knitting in the past. I am terrible at both. Turns out my brother is excellent at knitting. So I don't know why he got all of the hand-eye coordination and I got none of it, but there we are. I think, I mean, yeah, crocheting would be funny. Learning how to crochet would be funny. Trying and failing would be funny. Oh, it's midday. I can't even sleep the rain away. Okay. Well, let me try and organize. Oh, this is where I've... Right. Okay. That's fine. Thinking of learning more... leaning more into your wheelhouse, 3D model or something. Textures like gray wool. That's actually not a bad idea, James. Honestly. It's not a bad idea. I think it'll be good. Whatever you decide to do. Spider's eye. I don't want you in my inventory. Oh, that's not even a shulker. Okay. Maybe this. Let's do that. You go there. What? Oh, I don't think... I am not very organized, guys. This is worse. Macrame. Macrame is not a bad idea. A macrame spaceship, I think, would be tricky, but doable. I'm gonna need, like, real arrows. It's almost nighttime. I miss having coordinates HUD. It's not something we've put on this server yet. Please let me sleep. Thank you. Hello, welcome, the Kobe. I don't sub for sub. I don't mind subbing if your channel is something that I am interested in, but I'll have to take a look. What was I? Oh, I was gonna go. Oh, I need to repair this. Let's go hit. We'll go hit the showers. Somehow I lost some scaffolding. I really need an XP farm on Bunch of Squares. I've thought about doing a variation of the one Polonius made. Okay. I like this. I like this, okay, you. And probably my shovel. It's allays that get set on fire upstairs. And then we get the silverfish. Only those two right now. It does get very loud. Okay, that shovel is good. And I think it's just a 3-minute potion. Okay, let's go that one. And then this one. Okay, how's the rest of my gear? Oh. Do I even have mending on my hoe, actually? That's a good question. Yeah, I do. Okay. There we go. that all of you? Okay, all the silverfish are dead. It's just collecting the experience. There we go. Okay. That. Thanks for popping in, James. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good rest of your evening. I think one of the things... Oh, while I'm here, I should get more... Nether brick. Let's reorganize my inventory, because this is a mess now. There. I need nether brick. Nether. Nether rack. Gravel. Another brick. Summer. Blackstone. Nether brick. I'm gonna grab this full shulker full and just restock it later. And then I need to get arrows. We've only got spectral arrows. Well, that's okay. I can accept that. Okay. Oh, I really need to get rid of... You know what? That's a thing I could do right now, too. Let's put this down. And then... Our hoe doesn't need to be there. And then let's get rid of some of this grass. Okay, that is gonna look a lot better already. Yeah. Okay. Let's not run into the wall. Now, this guy. Do I have scaffolding on the backside somewhere? I do. Oh, deep slate. I forgot to grab deep slate. I guess we can just work. We can just work on the nether brick, I guess. You here. Grab the last of that. Okay. So this one is going to be taller again, and we want it to come... Okay, first of all, how's our shape? Oh, it is... It's almost convex, which is not what I was going for. Let's fix that. Okay, so this needs to come out one more this way. Okay, a little bit better. We want this line to become more obvious. And we can go down here and down here. Okay. That's better. That's better. Okay, second layer. I need to fix that edge. So if we go from here. Oop. How does that look? That's a little bit better. This lower part needs to come up a little bit. Like maybe that. It's pretty close. Yeah, that's better. Okay. And then it's just that side. That's also looking pretty decent. Think I want to go up a little bit more. Is one block, oh, a little further over. But that's the idea. I think that's the right shape. Yes, I like that shape. Okay, and now we go up one more time. That horse keeps distracting me. Oh, definitely needs to come further this way. Okay. That's not bad. And now it's just a matter of not flattening, extending the flat spot. Let's go back instead of forward. Oops. I didn't mean to fall off. Yeah. Yes, I think that is correct. Okay. And then dirt again. I just realized desktop audio and game audio, we're both going at the same time, making it very loud. I'm so sorry for that. I'm gonna figure out the best way to get more deep slate. Unless I switch to using... I could do... Not you. Blackstone... Basalt. I could switch to using basalt instead. That might look okay. Okay, let's see if we can get... Put you in here. You guys can go back. Let's see if we can get our mud stuff kind of framed in on this side. There's actually a lot of... No, I think that'll be okay. It's just the angle of this is kind of funny. Like I wanted to use the shape of the hillside as part of the structure. That was intentional. That was part of the goal here. Because it gives it some of that... Oh, there's a spot I missed. It gives it some of that, like, could almost have been natural feel, which I did want. Where is this? Oh, it's up there. It's that, like, fantasy terrain kind of feel, right? I wanted it to have that. Now this side, do I have... I need more nether brick. Let's use up this last bit of this one. I don't like these here, actually. I think those need to be nether brick. And then on this side, we're actually just filling in We'll go up. I think this is the last. Oh, and there's a bit here. Of course, like, okay. Well, we can do the rest in mud. That'll be okay. Actually, I don't know if that even needs to be brick. It could probably all be mud. My headphones just gave a low battery notification. It scared the crap out of me. Hang on. I was not ready for the low battery warning. Okay. Yeah, that's why. Okay. So if we go like that. And then that's really easy to do this part in mud now. Okay. How is that looking back here? That kind of filled it in. That's pretty good. I've got a little bit over there to do. I think I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, a little bit more sheathing on this far side. I think when it comes to me and large projects, I think I'm learning that I have to pick away at it. Take my time. Try and be disciplined, so I'm doing like a little bit each time instead of trying to really focus in. Like, yeah. Picking away at this, picking away at the trees over there. Having multiple things that I can pick away at seems to be far more effective for what my brain wants. So, that's what we will do. Not there. There. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Still need more on this side. Okay. It's here specifically. That's not bad. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Okay. I think I'm content with that. I don't, the overall, yeah, having the third one be higher again is good. That makes for a good contrast. I really, really, really need more deep slate, and that's not something that I want to go mine. That's probably as much as I'm going to get done on this for a while. Let's put the mud back in here. Got 2 nether bricks. Oh, I want my scaffolding. Variety is the spice of life. It's so true. I have not understood, like, I know that focusing in real hard on one thing and like trying to just do that one thing, like Xarrior with that clearing out the harbor project. I mean, technically it is doable. We did do it. I did not enjoy the doing of it. It was difficult. And I think maybe my brain just isn't great at, oops. I think maybe my brain isn't great at the whole hyper focus into a project thing. Which is fine. Anyway, until I have more deep slate, I don't think there's much more for me to do. And we're only 5 minutes from noon, so I think I'm going to call it here. Hopefully by next time I'm streaming, hopefully we'll have Botrix working properly because I'll have switched to Linux. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you have a really lovely rest of your day. Bye.